Love English Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Love English Podcast. We are here to help you learn English for your real life in a simple and natural way. I'm your host, Leo.
And I'm Emma. It's so wonderful to be here with you all. This is a safe space for you to learn, so we will always speak slowly and explain everything. Leo, my best friend from my hometown, is getting married next month, and I need to ask my boss for a day off to go to the wedding.
Oh, that's wonderful news about the wedding, but I understand why you might feel a little nervous. Asking for time off from work can be stressful, especially in a new language. And that is a perfect topic for our episode today, how to ask for a day off.
This is such a practical skill. You want to sound polite and professional. You don't want your boss to think you are lazy or that you don't care about your job.
Exactly. It's all about being respectful of your boss's time and the company's needs. So let's break down the process. First, let's talk about the different types of days off.
That's a great starting point. What do you mean by different types?
Well, most companies offer vacation days. These are paid days that you can use for your holidays, to go on a trip, or just to relax. Then some companies offer personal days. A personal day is for personal reasons, like going to a wedding, moving to a new apartment, or taking care of a family matter.
And then there are sick days, which we talked about in a previous episode. You use those only when you are sick. So for my friend's wedding, I would be asking for a personal day.
Exactly. Now, before you even talk to your boss, there are a few things you should do first. This is the preparation step. What do you think the first thing is?
I think you should check your work calendar. It's a bad idea to ask for a day off during a very busy week or right before a big project deadline.
That is the most important first step. Be considerate. Considerate means you think about other people's needs. The second step is to ask in advance. This means you should ask for the day off long before the actual day.
How far in advance is good?
It depends on your company, but a good rule is to ask at least 2 weeks in advance if you can. For a big vacation, you should ask 1 or 2 months in advance. This gives your boss time to plan for you to be away. It is very unprofessional to ask for a day off for the next day unless it is an emergency.
Okay, so check the calendar and ask in advance. Now, how should I ask? Should I talk to my boss in person or should I send an email?
Both are good options. Sending an email is very common because it creates a written record of your request. It's very professional. Talking in person can also be good because it's more personal. Today, let's talk about how to do both.
Let's start with the email. It feels safer for many learners because you can check your words before you send it.
I agree. An email to ask for a day off should be short, polite, and professional. Let's start with the subject line. The subject line of the email should be very clear. Something like, request for time off, and then your name.
Okay, that's a clear subject line. Now, how do we start the email?
You start with a polite greeting, like, Dear Mr. Smith, or Hi, Sarah, depending on your relationship with your boss. Then you state your request clearly. The most important phrase is, I would like to request. It is much more polite than I want or I need.
So I would write, I would like to request a day off on Friday, October 25th. It's important to be specific about the date.
Very specific. You can also give a very brief, simple reason. You do not need to share a lot of personal details. For the wedding, you could just say, I would like to request a day off on Friday, October 25th for a family event.
For a family event, that's a great professional way to say it. I don't need to explain that it's my friend's wedding and what dress I'm going to wear.
Exactly. Keep it simple. Now, this next part is the most important part of the email. This is the part that shows you are a responsible employee. You should write a sentence about your work.
What do you mean?
You should write something like, I will make sure that all of my projects are completed before I leave. Or, I will coordinate with my team to ensure everything runs smoothly while I am away. To ensure means to make sure. This tells your boss that you are thinking about the company, not just yourself.
That is a brilliant tip. It shows that you are responsible. So, after that sentence, how do we end the email?
You end with a polite closing, like, thank you for your consideration, and then your name. That's it. The whole email is only 4 or 5 sentences long. It's short, polite, and professional.
I feel like I could write that email right now. But what about asking in person? That feels scarier.
It can be, but the language is very similar. The first step is to choose a good time. Don't ask your boss when she's rushing to a meeting or looks very stressed. Find a time when she is calm.
And how do you start the conversation?
You can knock on her door and ask, "Excuse me, do you have a minute?" If she says yes, you can state your request, just like in the email. I would like to request a day off on Friday, October 25th for a family event.
And then I should also mention that I will prepare my work before I go.
Yes, you would say, I've already checked my schedule and it's a quiet week. I will make sure all my work is done before I go.
Okay, so now we've asked, what happens next? Let's say the boss says yes.
If the boss says yes, that's great. You just need to say a simple, professional thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But what if the boss says no? What if they say, I'm sorry, Emma, but that's a very busy week for us. I need you to be here. This is a very awkward situation.
It is, but you must stay professional. You should not argue or get upset. You should accept the decision politely. You can say, I understand, or, okay, I understand. Thank you for letting me know.
That can be difficult, but it's important to be respectful of your boss's decision. Okay, let's put this all together in a final role play. Let's say you are my boss, and I'm going to ask you for the day off in person.
Perfect. I am now your manager. Come and talk to me.
Hello, Leo. Do you have a moment?
Of course. Come in. What can I do for you?
I would like to request a personal day on Friday, October 25th.
Okay. Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is fine, thank you. A very close friend of mine is getting married that day, and I really would like to be there.
I see. That's a very important event. Let me just check the team calendar for that week.
Of course. I have also checked my project deadlines, and I will be sure to complete all of my weekly reports before I leave on Thursday. I can also be available by phone if there is an emergency.
Thank you for being so prepared, Emma. I appreciate that. Okay, it looks like that week is fairly quiet, so yes, I think that will be fine. You can take the day off. Just make sure to put it in the official company calendar.
Thank you so much, Leo. I really appreciate your flexibility.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful time at the wedding.
Thank you, I will.
That was a perfect interaction. You were polite, prepared, and responsible. And you got the day off.
It felt very professional. So let's do our final summary.
First, prepare. Check the calendar and ask in advance.
When you ask, either in an email or in person, be polite. Use the phrase, I would like to request.
Give the specific date and a simple reason if you want. And always mention that you will take care of your work responsibilities.
And finally, be prepared to accept your boss's answer, whether it's a yes or a no, in a calm and professional way.
We hope this lesson helps you feel more confident in the workplace. It's a very important skill for your career.
Thank you all for joining us on the Love English podcast. We will talk to you next time.
Thanks for listening to Love English Podcast. Remember, every minute you spend learning English is an investment in your future. Keep learning and see you in the next episode.